Are you looking for quick cash and do not know where to turn? We have got the answer for you. Visit us at RealTalk Group of Companies. We are a licensed money lending financial institution. We are located at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Our phone numbers are 339-1670, 267-7325 or 238-6716. Contact us today. We look forward to hearing from you.
Gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host Saeed. I do want to thank you for joining us tonight, beyond. So viewers, remember to share our live stream. We just had a little problem there, but nevertheless, the couple seconds we had to sort it out. You know what technical things with equipment and things. New brand equipment, you might get a little problem one time. But nevertheless, viewers, feel free to call in. 238-6716 is our studio line. To call in, voice your concerns, voice your opinion. I want to hear from you. It's Bacchanal Thursday right here in Trinidad and Tobago. So hear this, we're moving on. The United National Congress, Women Arms, has criticized the government for failing to make good on its promise to protect women from sexual and gender-based violence as pepper spray remains inaccessible to the public. Now viewers, the UNC offered condolences to the relative of 21-year-old Katisha Kojo, whose body was found in the heights of Arima last Friday afternoon. The party noted that similarities in the circumstances between Kojo's death and the murder of 23-year-old Arima court clerk Andrea Barrett almost exactly 1 year apart. The UNC also suggested that women's safety in TNT has not improved in the years since Barrett's murder, and accused the government of lapsing in its responsibility to protect citizens. The UNC also called on citizens to come together and demand a new general election. Now, a new general election, viewers, will not take place in Trinidad and Tobago anytime soon. And I can safely say that. It will not take place in Trinidad anytime soon, because those holding on to power love power. They love it. They love power more than themselves. They don't care what you say about them, or what they didn't accomplish, or what they're supposed to accomplish, or what they didn't reach. They don't care about that. All they care about is holding the title of an MP, member for parliament, a prime minister, a minister. It's just a title they're holding on to. It's just a title. But what have that title done for Trinidad and Tobago in the last 6 years? Now, I'm going to tell you something. If the UNC was in power, I would have been doing the same thing, you know. The very same thing. In the weeks gone by, I have been asking, where's the UNC? Where's the opposition? Where's the voice? Where is the voice of the opposition? Now, their job, as I said before, is to challenge the present administration in everything they are bringing forward, with the do's and the don'ts. That is their job. But it is also their job to argue points in the House of Representatives, even stand up against the Speaker. Why am I saying that? Because for the last couple of years, we have seen the Speaker denied motions from the UNC. So I wonder, how does the House of Speaker feels now that every time the UNC brought a motion forward, they have to turn it down? And you know what? You know what's the sad part about it? The UNC will just walk out of Parliament and die the end of it. You ain't hear nothing again. You ain't hear nothing again. Case closed, talk done. Where do we go from there? They close down for one day, the next day they're back in Parliament with a different motion, and life continue. At the end of 30 days, you collect your $30,000, $40,000, your perks, and that is it. That is it. To hell with the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Sorry for saying the word, but that is how it is in Trinidad and Tobago. And I will tell you something. Unless I ain't come up here and push for something, we ain't getting it done. Jacob said murder is not out of hand. He now get up from sleep. He now get up from sleep. Now I understand the police cannot be trailing every single individual, because we have 1.4 million people and we have about 7,000 police officers. About a quarter of them on suspension. About a quarter of them here on suspension. Some for abuse of power, some for racketing, some for all kind of thing. All kind of thing we hear in Trinidad. Now I'm going to tell you something. The UNC have its job to stand up and oppose the government. Has the UNC been doing that presently? Have they been challenging every motion come forward by the government? If the Speaker decides to stand up and put down a UNC member in the House of Representatives, all they do is that they walk out, they dismiss the session, and that is it. You see, what the UNC needs to do is that they need to come together. One Savannah, one march, and stand up against the Speaker. Because the Speaker is clearly showing biasness sometimes, and we cannot have that. Look for instance, as the motion where Tim Gopi Singh brought forward in the House in 2019, I believe, when the pandemic occurred in Trinidad and Tobago. We played clips. We played clips where the motion was turned down when Gopi Singh asked, now this is a motion, let's debate the COVID-19. What are the strategies? What are we going to put in place? How is the health sector? How is the machinery? How is the occupancy bed in the hospital? How much doctors or nurses we have? But no, and they said, George decided, you know what? That is not a motion to discuss. Over 3,000 something deaths in Trinidad and Tobago, less bed in the hospital. And what going on? What going on? So tonight now I would say hooray to Anissa George, the House Speaker in Trinidad and Tobago. Congratulations, ma'am. You have done a fine job thus far. It's Bacchanal Thursday and I'm ready for it tonight. Who vex lost? If you don't like what you're hearing, turn the channel. It's that simple. But at the end of the day tomorrow, when crime knock on your door, oh God, let me call Saieed. When you go to the hospital and you get medicine, let me call in Saieed program. When you hear food price raise and you go now and you can't buy bread, you can't buy condensed milk, you know what? Let me call in Saieed. But when Saieed going on, you're flicking the channel. Now, do so and like so. Now, one thing I love about our Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Rowley, and I would use the term love. You know why? When he was the opposition, let me tell you something. That man used to cut more tack than being a Prime Minister. That was a role model as an opposition. One man. One man. Man as in the whole parliament. One man. We have 41 and we're in yellow. And what's going on? What's going on? Not one of them could stand up in the parliament. We have Prince Park Savannah. We have a Savannah in San Fernando, Skinner Park, I believe. 41 MP on the opposition. And nobody in the opposition is challenging the House Speaker. Somebody say something. Caller, good night.
Good night, Saeed.
Go right ahead.
The imitation vaccine vagrant.
Talk to me.
Today is Bacchanal Thursday.
Yep.
At the end of the show, play rather Bacchanal time. All right, let me start. First of all, you see what has happened with that young lady, condolence to her family.
Yes, yes.
And so many of the young ladies, and we have a government that's basically stalling on doing things that could be preventing all of these deaths. I listened to the police service, which in all due respect has collapsed. When they ask them about the investigation, they say it is under active consideration. That is to deflect, they have done nothing. And let me tell you why they have done nothing. 2,800 police officers have to answer for not attending court, all kind of things. That is a judicial review court case that will come up shortly. If the 2,800 of the police, a large sum in Mosquito Crack, Garden Mosquito Crack, and another quarter of them working with all them TNM ministers, Fitzgerald Hines, with the other one, Penelope B. So where they will get the manpower to effectively deploy? Now the other laughable thing I'm hearing again, you know that investigative team for COVID-19? I see they want to send out a questionnaire, and listen to how dumb that questionnaire is. I don't want to insult some of the people on that there. They're asking for patients who were part of the parallel health system. Those are the only people they're asking, to answer the questionnaire for survey. What about the 3,400 who have died? Why are they not capturing these people? I mean, they say they can't answer a questionnaire, but you can ask the family. The other set of people they have to capture, and like they dumped this idea, is the people who decided on their own volition. They're not taking a chance in the health sector, in the health system, because they're afraid of what might happen to them. Two areas. So you know what that question is designed for, and is a laughable thing. Is to get feedback from people who survive from the healthcare system. And most likely, those people who survive go give it a good thing. But most of those people might have survived because of luck, not because of proper health care. You understand what I'm saying? So I want people to understand, read it. That is a waste of time and energy. You have to capture. We want to know if we really get in patient care. And
Thank
if
you,
we
my
could
friend.
avoid.
Thank you so much, my friend. But we're pressing for time. We want to get as much call as possible concerning the PNM administration and the UNC administration. I want all you tonight to call me and tell me if the UNC is standing up as they're supposed to. That is what I want to know. Attorney General Faraz Al-Rawi has stated that the process for persons to obtain permit for the use of pepper spray as well as the importation and sale of the product is being finalized. Since last year, it's finalizing, you know. Since last year. His comments came in face of criticism that the government and the relevant authorities have not done enough to protect women in this country. However, the AG said that Trinidad and Tobago Police Service approved the form which are necessary for the implementation of pepper spray. In August 2021, the regulation for the use of pepper spray were finalized. The rules, the subjects to the negative resolution of Parliament were listed in the firearm. Now, use of pepper spray, Order 2021, published on August 3rd by way of legal notice. So I remember when the incident happened with Andrea Barrett, may her dad get the health and the strength to move forward from time to time and from strength to strength. Because I listened to him on a video recently there. I mean, his daughter, only daughter. You know, it's hard, you know. But may God grant him the health and the strength to move forward on a daily basis. We push for the legislation of pepper spray for women. And I've been monitoring the AG on the finalization. It's finalized. Legal notice passed. Everything in place. But what is the key back now? What is the key back? So I'm here tonight to ask the Attorney General of Trinidad and Tobago, Mr. Faris Al-Rawi, August 2022 will be a year. 1 year. And nothing has been done. What are we waiting on? What are we waiting on? For Trinidad and Tobago to start walking the streets again? Come AG, come AG. Pull up the slack. It was also agreed that a permit would be required to obtain pepper spray. A permit. So how long is this permit going to take? Another 2 years to come into effect? Eh? Venezuelans got ID cards. It cost the government a huge sum of money to print cards for these Venezuelans that when the police stop them and they show them this card, they're going to say, well, right, them register. But we can't get pepper spray in Trinidad and Tobago yet. We cannot get a permit active as yet. So what is the key back now, AG? What is the key back? Illegal immigrants register in Trinidad and Tobago and they already have cards. Caller, good night.
Hi, good night.
Quick and sweet.
Yeah. The UNC Kamala on top is obsolete. They can't win re-election, but Kamala come just like boss. It's a waste of time.
Thank you, my friend. Now I'm going to tell you something. It's not a matter of waste of time. When you want to get something done, when Saieed want to get something passed in Trinidad and Tobago, I don't just come up Monday and talk about it, you know. I keep hammering it for weeks. You think it's easy to get about 9 or 10 legislation pushed on television and demand it on television where they go to the house and then they pass it? You think it's easy? It's 4 years now. The 19th of March will make it 4 years. And we're doing good. That is why, even though it has hit the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago very hard, let me tell you something, that man was an opposition. Take what I'm telling you. The man biting, if the breeze blow, he chopped that in pieces. That is how the man was. And what we need an opposition just like that. Don't come up on a platform and use nice, long, 24-letter words. No, the 24-letter words, lengthy and sound sweet and nice, but they're not getting the job done. And that is the problem. That is the problem. We need active lawyers. The UNC have a lot of lawyers, not a problem. They're holding position in the UNC board. Come out and challenge the house, challenge the government. How else will Trinidad and Tobago go forward if there is no head? How else? No head is no vision. When you have a head, you always have an opposition, and the opposition always cut intact. This one we have, but they can't cut butter in hot sun. You know what is admire? I just admire Munilal. I just admire Munilal. You know why I'm saying that? Because when Munilal come out, he coming out with facts. He coming out with documents. Just like me. When I come on set, I just come with documents, videos, photos, and that's how we're doing it. Document. And that is what I love about Munilal. He don't sit back. He just press forward. He does press forward. What about the rest? Listen to this. After a meeting with TSTT management and head of the Communication Workers Union, that is CWU, Clyde Elder, is claiming that as many as 600 workers are likely to face the axe in the company restructuring exercise. Elder stated that 425 to 455 unionized workers, senior and junior, are expected to be retrenched. And with contract staff and executive, the figure is likely to be around 600. State Police Association President Derek Richardson also said that the jobs of his 36 unionized security officers were at risk. In 2018, some 700 workers were retrenched as TSTT complained of a $478 million financial loss and high employees cost. On Wednesday, TSTT refused to confirm or deny the reports of fresh retrenchment, saying negotiations were still underway. Elder said in the meeting, the union had to repeatedly persuade a TSTT manager to say how many workers were under threat. He also added that TSTT would not state the names but just positioned to be retrenched and had given no timeline. He predicts retrenchment by March 31st. TSTT financial year ends. Caller, good night.
I'm going to decide.
Go right ahead.
Said, our opposition is irrelevant. They are like a toothless bulldog. They may back, and they make no impact. What we need in this country is somebody like, well, I say Pandey was a obstructionist. Good or bad, you obstruct it. But we need to realize that our country is in a terrible state, and the government is taking advantage of lack of opposition and effective opposition. And if UNC do make some change in their party, they are condemned to remain in opposition for the next 20 years. That is how I see it.
Thank you, my friend.
I marched in 1970. I marched with Pandey Shah to get change in this country. And what we have seen here now is people in the party that never do nothing for the party, like David Lee and these people. The government don't fear them. We need people like Doris Maharaj, Ganga Singh, Suyat Khan, people who have bones and backbone.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. Viewers, I do apologize if I get cut tonight, but make it short and sweet. We have 1 hour, and I want to give you as much info as possible. So here it is now. Tourism Minister Randall Mitchell have stated that the government is still working out the budget for the Taste of Carnival experience, as a figure is expected to be approved by the end of this week. So hear this. If they're still working out a figure, follow me closely. Follow me closely. It's Bacchanal Thursday. If, according to Randall Mitchell, right, that the government still working out a figure, how could Gypsy come out and say it's 25 to 30 million? Or let's say something now. Hear this. This comes after National Carnival Commission NCC Chairman Winston Peters stated that the budget for the restricted carnival was between 25 to 30 million dollars. But you just heard me say the government is still working out the budget. Oh, let's talk now, man. The government still come back. The government still working out the budget, according to Randall Mitchell. But Gypsy said it's between 25 to 30. The government has said nothing yet, you know, but Gypsy call a figure. Or let's say something. Or let's say something. So here it is. Mitchell stated that the funding must come from an additional source, and the NCC is provided with monies to host carnival activities in an ordinary year. Ordinary year. We heard last night that the Ministry of Education is owing MTS about 600 million. About 600 million. Other companies, government institutions are owing MTS. So where is the money coming from? In an ordinary year. How could Randall Mitchell say in an ordinary year when according to Terence Yalsing, according to Chief Medical Officer, according to Avery Hines, according to Marian Abdul Richards, according to the Prime Minister, we are not in an ordinary year, but we are in a pandemic year. Well, come now, man. You feel we sardine? I am not a sardine, I am a shark. Caller, good night. Hello?
Good night.
Hi, good night. Tell us of your experience today, my darling.
Well, it's all about the bank. It's about First Citizens Bank. Right? Every time I go to the bank, they keep telling me that you can't take out more than $6,000 and over.
Okay, so right? you have your bank account in a bank.
Yeah.
Correct? All right. So you are saying every time you go to your bank, they are giving you a limited amount to take out.
Yeah.
This is over the counter.
Right.
Continue.
So every time I go over the counter now, my salary comes to the bank. So every time I go to the counter, they will tell me that you need to get a bank card, you need to get a bank card, or else they will hold your account, they will freeze your account. But
wait. Hold on. So they're telling you have to take a card.
Yes.
But you do not want a card.
No.
So they are saying if you don't take the card, they will freeze your account.
Correct.
Continue.
So, like, I know you said before, every time everybody comes and you know, you can take out more than $6,000. As I said before, my salary comes through the bank, that every time I go to the bank, it's always a problem.
So,
right, and they...
Go ahead.
This is First Citizens Bank. Every time I go over the counter, it's always a problem for my money. They tell me I get a card, I need a card.
Now, I understand what you're saying. Thank you, my dear. Now, we don't want to label the bank individuals. I want to make it clear. We don't want to label the bank. But some financial institution in Trinidad and Tobago have some type of laws. We just want to know how are we the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago to live up to these standards? Imagine I went in a bank the other day. A friend went in a bank to open to add her husband in it. Listen to this, eh? This woman going to add her husband on her account. On her account, eh? Did I get a job letter? You have to get pay slip. You have to get ID card. You have to get certificate of incorporation. And you have to get 6 months bank statement. Now this wife carry her husband to add her name on her account, and he had to get 6 months bank statement. And the dude have no banks, no other bank beside this account that the wife gonna join him in. So Trinidad and Tobago, you tell me what is taking place in our banking sectors in our country. You just heard that individual and her cry. The institution is telling her that if you don't get a card, we go freeze your account, according to her. Like I said, the other day a woman invested in Real Talk, a fixed deposit system, and when she went to the Red Bank in Marbella, the manager tell her, you cannot get your money. Do you remember that? I tell you, instead of we go up the ladder in Trinidad, we're going down the ladder, but they want to bring first world laws in Trinidad and Tobago. They want to charge our vehicle. You have to make sure you have good tires. You have to make sure your bulb working. You have to make sure your windshield light no crack. You have to make sure you're on that 35% tint. But the condition of the road, it sucks. It stinks. You're bending a new tire. Watch me. You're putting on a new brand tire in your vehicle 12:30. By the time 2 o'clock, you're reaching an area where the road have potholes, and baby pothole and grandmother pothole. You know you bend the tire and the rim, and you damage your ball joint. Some of you, hear what I'm telling you. Hear what I'm telling all you. Start sending all your expense to the road division in Trinidad and Tobago in the Ministry of Works. Boy, all I feel is joke or what? In the US, you know the government is held accountable for the roads. You know that? Call a good night.
Good night, my lord. How are you going? Premier.
Go right ahead, my friend.
Well, I just watching every program and listen always government doing. Like they get senile now, they do business, they don't care again. Because they have the garbage men suffering, as I tell you. For 3 days work, we just will be working 5 days. The government want to have 7 days meal and 7 days work for themselves. Poor garbage man pick up CPF work for 5 days, and the government work for 5 days. Why? And pay me small money. Will I find the garbage men should get a union and stand up and strike against the government for what they're doing? This is real wickedness going on here to we. Shall we under real pressure here, boy? Right now I have to pay a rent, I have to pay light bill, my galvanized flout, leaking, all canning.
All right, Prem. All right, Prem.
All right, take care. God bless you, my lord. Don't worry yourself. I'm watching and listening, man.
Thank you, thank you. So viewers, all right, listen this, Listen what Randall say. Mitchell stated that funding must come from an additional source, and the NCC is provided with monies to host carnival activities in an ordinary year. He added that there also are a number of competing interests for the money, including laptops and devices for children, but feel that the event economy is extremely important. Carnival is important to the tourism sector in Trinidad and Tobago, but going to school and the government providing laptop and devices is not important. All I remember when the Minister of Education came out and tell the public, we need to cooperate Trinidad and Tobago to contribute devices to the government to give to students. All remember that? But they took $100 million and give it to hotelers to brighten up their hotel while we're in a pandemic. Randall, I have a question for you. Is 2 days carnival more important than providing laptop and devices for students? Or purchasing oxygen or purchasing beds for the hospital? I'm asking you a direct question on air. You said the government haven't come to a decision as yet on how much money they will spend for carnival, but Gypsy is saying between 25 and 30 million. A couple months ago, they locked down Trinidad and Tobago tight. Only the important sectors of our country will be functioning. We're in a pandemic. We got spread the COVID. Many people go die. We don't have oxygen. Now we're going to host carnival to be said in a safe zone when the vaccinated people now getting the vaccine in certain places. And when they get the vaccine now, you know what's happening? They're getting COVID-19 also. So how safe is our safe zone? I want Terrence D.L. Singh, I want Avery Hines, I want Marian Abdul Richard, and I want the CMO of Trinidad and Tobago to answer that particular question. How safe is our safe zone in Trinidad and Tobago? So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but nevertheless, we'll be right back after this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali.
Can't watch Real Talk on TV? Have no fear. You can also watch Real Talk on the go live on YouTube and Facebook at Real Talk with Saieed Ali on YouTube.com and TT Real Talk on Facebook.com. Don't forget to like us and share us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the notification bell.
Are you looking for quick cash and do not know where to turn? We have got the answer for you. Visit us at Real Talk Group of Companies. We are a licensed money lending financial institution. We are located at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Our phone numbers are 339-1670, 267-7325 or 238-6716. Contact us today. We look forward to hearing from you.
Are you looking for the right investment? Are you looking for a greater return on your hard-earned cash? Look no further. Contact Real Talk Group of Companies. We are conveniently located at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Or feel free to visit our newly opened branch at 132 Ciparo Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando. Watch your money grow at Real Talk Investment. Earn up to 2.5% interest on a 3-year investment. Don't miss out on this amazing offer. Do contact us now at 238-6716, 339-1670 or 242-7690. Our courteous staff will be happy to assist. Real Talk Investment. Real people matter to us. This ad was paid for by Real Talk Group of Companies Limited.
So welcome back to Real Talk, viewers, and I must encourage you. Let me tell you something. What is your interest rate on your fixed deposit at any financial institution? I want you to find out. I want you to find out that. If you're getting anything less than 2.5%, let me tell you something, take out your money. Take out your money. Whether you're young, you're middle class, or you're old. I'm saying that. You know why? At Real Talk Financing and Investment Company, you will be getting 2.5% on your fixed deposit system with Real Talk Group of Companies. Now, I want you to understand something. Real Talk Group of Companies is a registered company in Trinidad and Tobago. Legally registered, legally pay our taxes. So we're legal. And we secured. You know, many people have been asking, Saieed, you secure? I just waiting in a short space of time just to get the approval to open a credit union. And people still say asking, Saieed, my 10,000 safe. I run in $1 million production here and you asking if your 10,000 safe? Come now, man, people. Common sense was made before book. If Saieed running a program on TV and it costing him over $1 million in 12 months to run a program and it's 4 years now on the air, you'd think 10,000 wouldn't be safe? Well, come now, man. So now, 2.5%. You see, I just always love to use this terminology so people would understand the interest rate you're getting at Real Talk investment to other investment. Now, I just always use this wrong figure of 100,000. If you have a 50,000, it's not a problem. But if you have $100,000 on a fixed deposit with any other financial institution, listen this. On a 3-year fixed deposit system with our company, on 100,000, you will be getting 7,500 for 3 years. That is your interest. For 3 years. With other financial institution, 1%, how much you will get in 3 years? About 3,000. So I want you now to do the maths, young or old. You all do the maths and see in which department, in other financial institution or in Real Talk investment, you're getting your money working for you. Compare 3 years to 1% on other financial institution. 1% on 100,000 is 1,000. In 3 years, you're getting 3,000. In Real Talk investment, that same 100,000 at 2.5%, you're getting 7,500. That is the difference. You're getting $4,500 more than your 3,000. So which one would you choose? You think about that. So here is viewers. Joint Trade Union Movement, JTUM, is now encouraging persons to resist efforts to make the COVID-19 vaccination mandatory in Trinidad and Tobago. In their walkabout, the TNT Unified Teachers Association and Fire Service Association were also present. JTUM President Ansel Roger led the effort and pledged that the movement will continue to be a thorn in the side of the government on the issue. He stated that as a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago, every individual has a right to accept or refuse the vaccination or the vaccine. So I want to ask something now. Where are all the human rights lawyers for Trinidad and Tobago? I'm not seeing them, I'm not hearing them, they're not peeping out, they're not dropping a note in the printed press, they're not keeping a little Facebook post. So I'm asking myself, where are they? But Saieed, oh, you're bashing the government, don't tell them about vaccine and this and that and the next. But where is the human rights lawyers that's supposed to be standing up for the human being in Trinidad and Tobago? Some of you might say, Saieed, you're criticizing the laws, you're criticizing the lawyer. I'm not criticizing, I am just asking, where are they? Where are they? You can tell me, the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago said, if you do not take the vaccine, you cannot go to work in the public sector. And you know what? All the lawyers okay with that. All of them okay with that. Not one human rights lawyer stood up in Trinidad and Tobago and tell the government, you cannot bring forth that policy. Where are they? Somebody might say, Saieed, you're foolish to go against the Law Association. I ain't going against them. They have their jobs to do, and I have mine. It's that simple. Caller, good night.
Hi, good night, Saieed.
Go right ahead, darling.
Concerning the person that spoke concerning the banking institution, my mom has a bank card, and I normally would do all her banking and stuff for her. The banking institution called and told us that she needs to come and upgrade her chip card. When she goes, she cannot stand up at the counter to do the transaction. They told us if she cannot come and stand at the counter to do the transaction, she will not be able to get a card. And I find that's real nonsense because
Wow.
I am the one doing all her business, all her groceries, everything.
No customer service?
No, they said that she has to come and stand at the counter and do the transaction herself to upgrade to the chip card, to put in the new bank, the PIN number, that kind of thing. And she's not able to do that. She cannot stand for more than 5-10 minutes at a time.
Wow.
And they are saying if she comes and she cannot do the transaction, then they're going to seize the card. So when I have to do business for her, I cannot do it because I have no access to her money.
So when you all went, nobody didn't even provide a chair for her?
No, I didn't carry her in because I went to try to see if that they would come out to the vehicle.
Or to assist her, seeing that of her age?
That they would come and do whatever transaction outside in the vehicle, and then I would continue the rest of the transactions. And they said no, unless she cannot come. She cannot.
No, I understand what you're saying. Somebody could have come and just take the authorization from her while you continue the business in the bank. I understand what you're saying. But darling, oh God, I feel your hurt. Serious. I really feel in your pain. I don't know what to say again. Thank you so much.
That's to tell you how they're making things difficult for poor people.
Thank you so much for highlighting it, my dear. But I will tell you something, you know. And I want people to understand this, I want people to understand this. One day to come, I'm going to phrase it like this. You're born, you live, and you die. You will get old. You will get sick. You will get feeble. You will sit down on a chair for months. You will lie down on your bed and can't turn on your side for months. You know how we call that? That is when you're getting old. All I ever hear the old people used to say, your face pretty and round and sweet and jello looking while you're young. But when you get old, you're getting saggy and crumple up and wrinkly. All I ever heard that? That is why when I come here and I start to talk about customer service, let me tell you something. One day to come, you see all that pretty nail? You would not have the strength to hold that Q-tip to brush that pretty nail, because you yourself mightn't like how your skin looking all old and wrinkled up. Let me tell you something. One thing I learned in this life, you see the Benz and the Range Rovers and the pretty car I have? I sweat and I buy it. But listen this. I personally know. Now this is what many of you don't know. I personally know that when my eye close, I die. And my children bury me in the ground. The car ain't coming. The fancy suit ain't coming. The expensive train ain't coming. Not even the big mansion ain't coming. It's just you and that box alone going down in that hole. And you know the only thing that will go with you is the good that you do. Nothing else. So when you hear you're fighting the neighbor for land, and you want to shoot up that one there because this daddy buy this car for me and you shouldn't get that car. You see that? You see them thing? Them thing is bacchanal. You're fighting for a car, Brahma may get chop up, may get shoot, and at the end of you. You ain't put $1 to buy a tire in the car, but you want the car. And you know in Trinidad, we people, we like to fight for house. When your mother and father is sick and they needed you, you ain't there to see them, but as soon as they close your eye, the person who see about them is like you want to murder them now. Why? Why is that? You ain't put $1 red to contribute to nothing. But as they close their eye, you want to come and fight for house and land. We famous for that in Trinidad. We famous. How many times we hear individuals get chopped up for house and land? brother fighting brother, brother fighting sister, sister want to kick out mother. Brother and sister kicking out parents. For what? For house and land and car and money. Why do you think I just do so much of good? And I just encourage you all to make a contribution for we to reach people. You know why? Let me tell you a little secret. I have learned the Benz ain't going on in the hole with me. I might buy a new brand Benz today, tomorrow I buy a new brand Benz Monday. Tuesday I die. Wednesday my son wrap it around a light pole. Marvin? That is reality. Trinidad and Tobago, that is reality. But you know what goes with me? And I always encourage you to make a contribution whenever we're doing a food drive. I will tell you something. Let me tell you a little secret. You know why Saieed is so successful? You want to know why? Grandparents used to always say, when you give with your right hand, don't let the left hand know you're giving. You know who's the left hand? The left hand is your friend. The left hand is your family. The left hand could be your wife. The left hand could be your brother. It could be your sister. It could be your grandmother. It could be your nephew. And you know what they're doing? You know what they're doing? Oh, why are you giving? Don't give so much now. And the cry don't start. So before God bless you, they cry you down. That is why when Saieed doing something, I will give. And then, when the blessings start flowing, and people say, Saieed, but I see you have a new car, and I see you open my next business, how you reach so big? You give a little charity and you will see where you go reach. Oh God, where you tell me about charity? I working hard for my money. Saieed, you know I get up 12 o'clock in the night, and I going to sleep back 12 o'clock the next day, you know. And you want to drive a nice car? and you want to have a big house? Give unto others, and 1,000-fold will be added unto you. Why you think I don't ask nobody? Saieed, but you running a whole program by yourself on TV, boy. Who funding you? Give, and God will give you. That is why I could stand here bold and brave, and I ask nobody for nothing, and stand up for the whole of Trinidad and Tobago. So hear this now. Principal Medical Officer Dr. Mariam Abdul Richard have stated that while Trinidad and Tobago is currently experiencing a decline in the number of persons being treated for COVID-19 at the county's accident and emergency department, it is still too early for people to adopt any degree in comfort. All you hear that? All you hear that? All you hear what I say? Run that video there, Shane.
Yesterday there were 487 patients, and today we have noted 10 less patients at 477. Over the last 9 days, we have plateaued in terms of the overall occupancy between 53 and 55%. This is the first time that we have noticed a plateau overall occupancy since the onset of the increased hospitalization on October 19, and that is over 106 days. We noticed that slow decline starting about 42 days ago, and as I indicated, we have seen a 9-day plateau, and we are hopeful that we would continue to see a decreasing trend.
She noted that the country's 10th Accident and Emergency Department were also active involving in treating COVID-19 patients currently. Now, we have 36 patients, with 5 of them requiring ICU level care. Dr. Abdul Richard noted that these trends are promising. So listen to this.
Again, over the last 42 days, we have noticed a decline, which is slow, but still a decline, in the number of patients being treated in the accident and emergency department. Ladies and gentlemen, these trends are indeed promising. However, we must practice a tight balance of cautious optimism versus premature comfort. We now have the highly transmissible Omicron variant in our midst, and even though we are seeing a decrease and a lowering of the national occupancy levels, we continue to notice some trends that are quite concerning.
Caller, good night.
Good night, sir.
Go right ahead. You're live on Real Talk.
Yes, my son works at Ministry of Agriculture. They send him to take the vaccine. After he take it, he gets sick.
Go ahead.
He gets sick. He gets sick on Sunday evening. He died on Sunday evening home by me. We cremated him on Thursday after. Just for the vaccine, he was sent home.
He working in the Ministry of Agriculture?
Yes, they send him for 14 days to take the vaccine and come back to work.
They send him for the vaccine?
Yes.
To come back out to work?
Yeah, but as soon as he take the vaccine, he got sick. He got a heart attack at home on the Sunday.
Oh
He took the vaccine on Monday. The Sunday afterwards, he get sick, get a heart attack home. He died Sunday evening itself.
Oh my God. My friend, condolences from Real Talk Studios to you.
And look, I cremated him Thursday one.
Lord. No, but what did they say?
And he have a young daughter.
Oh my God.
He have a young daughter, a little girl, his wife, and he now build a nice house, and he get to enjoy his house.
Oh my God. But what did the autopsy say he died from?
A heart attack.
Heart attack. But did they say what caused the heart attack?
No, they say heart attack with cardiac arrest related to COVID.
Related to COVID?
Yes.
My friend, I am so sorry to hear that. Accept our condolences.
Thank you very much, sir.
You see, viewers? That is why there's still a little calling, you know. Call in and share all your experience. Yes, it might be hurting, we understand that. But I will tell you something, in our pain, if we don't stand up in our pain to let others know, we would remain without knowledge. Let me tell you something. The reason why I start getting so radical with this COVID-19 and the vaccine and the after effects is when friends and family and people start calling Saeed, my son take the vaccine and this happened, and my daughter take the vaccine and that happened, and that one is getting menstrual problem, and this one can't breathe. Fully vaccinated. But I started to say, but what is this? And Terrence now coming to say, yes, the vaccine's safe, and if you take the vaccine, it reduces the risk of you getting COVID. It reduces nothing. I am not a doctor, but I have friends who work in the health ministry. And then Terrence wanted to say, Saeed, it's safe, you know. It wasn't safe when Shamfa gets it. Let's talk now. Let me tell you something. I will continue standing here on this platform, on this show, as long as God gives me health and strength. Take what I'm telling you. Because nobody, no, I'm saying that bad. I go pull back that. We have individuals, as long as we stand up, some of them are being muzzled. So the ones who are being muzzled cannot air their voice. So Saeed now, no business who come to muzzle me, we will see about them. And for the one who get muzzled, I will be their shoulder to lean on, and I will be their voice to talk. That is why when I say I stand up for Trinidad and Tobago, trust me, I stand up for Trinidad and Tobago. So viewers, we're out of time for tonight, but nevertheless, I have a whole list of things we could talk about tonight, but nevertheless, we have come to the end of our show tonight. It's Fire Friday tomorrow. What we missed out tonight, we go add in tomorrow. It's another beautiful show tomorrow night. So until we meet again, be safe and enjoy the night.